And let's go on our chairs. Here. I'm keeping this handy so that Andrea or Gloria can help out in case we're losing the connection again. So let's come to our seated position where we come to the very edge of the chair. And we bring the feet hip distance apart to each other, and I'm putting it sideways so you can see. So don't put the foot far away from you, neither tuck it in underneath your chair or close to your chair. Bring the foot and the ankle right underneath the knee, so that here you see that there's a 90-degree angle between my shin and the floor. From that position, as you're on the edge of the chair, you relax your hands on you and you close your eyes, and you take this opportunity to take deep, full breath in and out through your nose. So that's where you're starting practicing the nose breathing, inhaling and exhaling through your nose instead of your mouth, and allowing yourself to settle on your chair, settle on your feet, allowing your head to settle on top of the spine. And you might move your head a little bit side to side, front and back, to find the right spot where your head is still rising up and standing, but it feels easy and comfortable to hold it there. You're not feeling extra tension, neither on the neck, neither on your upper back. And you allow the shoulders to drop a little further away from your ears as you start relaxing your body weight on your chair and floor. Take just a few more breaths, deep in, deep out, as you scan your body for any and all sensation that your body is sending you this morning, as of how your body is feeling. What is the mapping of your body this morning in means of comfort and ease versus some achiness, tightness, and stiffness? And we're going to gently open the eyes, and we're going to start with arms movement, where we're going to raise the arms up in front of us and open out and wide and down to the side. So we're going to try synchronizing the breath here. Inhale, bring the arms forward and up. And exhale, open wide, out and down. Breathe in, sweep the arms forward and up. Try to find extra length here. And exhale, open wide and down, slow and easy, following your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. And out. One more. Breathe in. And out. Now we're going to reverse the movement, still working with the shoulders and the capacity of the breath. You're going to bring the arms behind you. So if you have arms to your chair, you're going to have to go wide out here. Stretch back and then roll up and release forward and down. Inhale, sweep the arms back, broaden the chest, lift up. And exhale, forward and down. Breathe in. Broaden up, lengthen up. Reach tall, find your edge here. Exhale, lower. And last one, breathe in. Spread all the way to the fingers. Stretch through the palms, stretch the side bodies, and exhale, relax down. Take a moment here, pause, and feel already what might have happened in your body, any shift, any changes. And from that spot of being a little more open, we're going to start working on the spine with the pelvis stilts. So we've done so many different kind of waves of the spine in our class. And we're starting with one that isolates the movement from the waistline down to the tailbone and the sit bones. So if I was to place something here, a fabric in front of you would not be able to see that something is moving in my body, or very like slightly. So I'm not just following the movement of the spine here. I'm trying to isolate to the maximum of what I can do here on moving just around the hips, the low back, and the low belly. And that requires extra attention and extra connection to your body. If it's not happening consistently to you, or you're not finding your way to isolate the movement and you're moving other areas, that's fine too. But try to bring that movement into this area. And a couple more. And back to center, soften, find your way to grounding again on your sit bones and on your feet. And now we're gonna open the upper spine, and we're gonna use the arms for that. You're gonna bring your forearms and hands together, and we're gonna open, stretch and open, and poke the center of the chest so there's an opening in the back of the spine into a gentle arching. And then you're gonna round in. You bring your shoulders, your elbows in, your head goes down a little bit, and then you open broad out, and you round in, working the upper spine. Breathe in and open. Breathe out and round. Couple more. Breathe in. Breathe out. And last one, breathe in. Spread, bring the shoulder blades together and breathe out. You spread the shoulder blades apart, chin goes in. And back to center, opening the arms out to the side, still in cactus arms here. So your arms are not straight out, neither they're too close in. You're finding that angle or matchable on your arm to the side, make sure that and keep the shoulders relaxed and down, right? And from here, we're gonna go side to side. You're gonna tilt a little bit from right to left, but keeping the arms in the same position. So now that you have the movement down, think about synchronizing the breath. Exhale as you tilt. Inhale as you come to center. Exhale to the other side. So that's one option. Inhale into center. Exhale to the sides. Another option could be inhale to one side. Exhale to the other side. Breathe in. Breathe out. So that depends really on how your breath is doing, how deep and long your breath is, how slow you're able to breathe, or how choppy and fast your breath is as you're still working into tuning in. Couple more. Back to center, stretch the arms straight out, spread the fingers even broader, stretch through the palms, and relax down. Hands resting on your lap. Take a couple of shoulder rolls in one direction, and then switch, reverse to the other direction. And relax. Take pause. Take a few breaths in and out and feel your body, feel your shoulders, feel your low back, feel your upper back, feel your chest. So we started opening the side body with the last movement we did. We're gonna go a little deeper on that one. You're gonna bring the left hand to the outside of the right and bring the right arm up. Either you keep your arm straight up, or you can bend the elbow and relax your hand behind your head and behind your neck. And you're gonna inhale here and exhale as you pull from your left hand and press down into the right foot. You're opening and stretching from the right hip to the right elbow or to the right hand. If you're stretching the arm out, make sure that maybe you give a little softening into the elbow, because the goal is to stretch and open the right side of the rib cage. And then press into the left foot to come back up. Release your right hand down. And releasing your left hand to your left leg, tilt out to the right. Drop your right arm. And finally, your head also is dropping to the right. And breathe. Press into the right foot to lift back up. Bring your right hand to the outside of the left leg. Engage your left leg to stabilize, making sure that once you start pulling, the leg doesn't come in. Left arm out and up. You can bend the elbow, keep your arm straight, and lengthen and tilt out to the right as you hold and pull from your right hand. Pressing into the right foot will help you not to go too far and overstrain the right side, the left side of the stretch, and breathe. And pressing down into the right foot, then switch to pressing down into the left foot to lift up and release that left arm out and down, and then releasing your right hand to your right lap, tilt out to the left. Drop the hand, the arm, the shoulder, the head, and breathe. Pressing down into the left foot to rise up. Bring both hands to rest on top of the lap. And take a breath or two here. Deep in, long out. Good. Then opening the toes out. We're going to open the heels out, toes out, and stay. Reposition as needed. Move your way around a little bit. Make sure you're still tilting your hips forward a bit, and you have a nice sloping action on your low back. So you're not rounding here, but you're giving that low back its natural arch. And we're gonna do a swimming movement, kind of using a wide range of motion and allowing the spine to follow along. So let's start with the right hand, swimming out to the left, and then out and around, and then bring your arm back, across, and forward. And now that's the movement we're gonna do for several times. So try to bring the movement not only into your arm, that is the obvious one, but use the spine to rotate around. And to be able to go really fluid with this movement, you have to press down into your feet, especially when you're circling forward. So use your feet and legs to stabilize and anchor your movement so that the spine can be nice and fluid. Your left hand also on top of the left leg can be used as a leverage and as an action to press and push and help again the movement of the right arm and the spine. Last but not least, make sure you're breathing all along the movement. Follow maybe gazing at your right hand, so your head also and your gaze is following the movement and getting some action going. Couple more. And back to center, right hand to the right leg. Maybe shake shoulders out a little bit, because I personally feel that my right shoulder got a lot of work done here, and I feel quite different from the left. So assess for yourself, do anything that feels good to reset. And let's go to the other side. Left hand is gonna reach out to the right, kind of parallel to the floor, and then serve out to the left, curl up around the head, and reach forward again. So here, what my natural breathing does is that when I'm coming forward, I'm exhaling. And when it's wrapping back, I'm inhaling. So see what is your breathing telling you? What is more natural for you? Still having a fluid breath that is progressing into deepening, broadening, expanding, and fully tuned into the movement of the body. So that naturally when the body opens a space for you to breathe deeper, you're taking it. We're such shallow breathers. And movement in the body is such an amazing instrument to open the breathing capacity. Stagnating and no movement that's to stiffen our body and makes it harder for lungs to expand and for the blood to flow. So moving is that amazing relationship between the body and the breath that starts engaging and allowing you to expand and deepen your breathing. Couple more. And last. And let's sit back to center. Shake the shoulders out. Move the torso a little bit. Reset, readjust. And take a couple of breaths in stillness. Now keep your left foot where it is, and we're going to move the right foot. Toes in, heel in. Toes in, heel in. Toes in. See how close to the left leg you can go. And you're going to use your left hand to the outside of the right knee to squeeze that leg in. Then grab your chair behind you, either the back of the chair or where you're sitting or the arm of the chair. And you're going to inhale, press down into your feet, press down into the sit bones, create space throughout the spine and torso. And exhale, twist out to the right. So to twist, you're holding and using your right hand to pull the right shoulder back and breathe. And at the same time, you have the action of the left hand pulling the right leg in towards the left and breathe. If this is too intense, you can release a little bit the pressure of the left hand. You can even move your right foot a little closer toward the center, but still trying to aim to that left side and reconnect to the twist here. That's a deep twist and stretch, not only for the twist perspective, but also stretching the outer right leg into the right hip. One more breath. To soften, bring your right toe in, release your left hand, right heel, right toe, right heel, right toe, and stay. Shake things out. Look down, make sure that your feet are kind of mirroring each other, that not one of the foot is closer in or further out. And let's go to the other side. Left foot comes in, toes first, heel, toes, heel, toes as close as possible to your right foot. And then right hand to the outside of the left leg. Left hand reaches back, either to the back of the chair, the base of the chair, or the arm of the chair. And as you're squeezing that left leg in, you're lengthening the torso up. You grow a little taller. You reach to the crown of the head. And as we exhale, we're going to twist. Pull with the left hand back. Open and stretch into the left shoulder. You may turn your head over to the left. If this is too much, you can relax your head in the center here. Like center, not to the front, but the center of the chest in the position you're in. And breathe. Press down into your feet, especially into the left foot, so that your left knee is not opening out to the left, but pulling in toward the right. Using the action of the right hand, pull a little deeper, and using the action of the left hand, twist out to the left a little deeper. And soften. Soften the twist first. Release your right hand. Open your left foot. Heel, toe, toe, heel, toe. And back to this wide leg where you check down to make sure that the knees and the feet are in alignment, that you're not turning the toes in, neither too far out. Just find this alignment between toes and knees. And take a couple of breaths here. Good. Now left hand is resting onto the left thigh again. maybe closer toward the knee, not to the top of, not to the front of the knee, neither completely on the top, but slightly back. And then you're gonna bring the right hand and right arm in that center. Here, if you've noticed, I rotated my left hand and kind of grab my wrist, gives me a better grip and a better control. And then I'm gonna drop that right arm. See how far you can go, pressing into the left hand. And then slowly, very slowly, straight line, you're gonna unravel the arm and stretch it up all the way to the fingertips. That looks like they're cut on my screen, but they're still here. Hello, and stretch up. And then you curl your hand. So I'm showing you here so you can see with the background. You curl your fingers, curl your hand, and then start going down. And then relax your fingers as you hang forward and down, and start as if you had a heavy, really heavy arm. So you're pressing into your feet, pressing into your left hand, coming up. Feel your belly engaging here. Slide up, fingers relax. Stretch the fingers up to the top. Pull and stretch, and then start curling your fingers in, curling your hand, curling at your wrist, and pulling down with your hand curled. So you should feel it here to the top of the forearm. And then relax your fingers down, relax your arm, press into your left hand, heavy arm. Extend slowly, softly up. Once you reach the top, spread the fingers, stretch up. Pull to the right side, and last one, curl the fingers in, curl your hand in, curl your forearm in, and dive forward and down. Then once you hang here, you unwind your hand, you relax your fingers. You can even this time shake your hand out right in front of you down. And then push that, the last one, lifting that heavy arm, then sliding up, heavy hand, then reach to the top and stretch. And once you're here with fingers stretched, you're gonna roll circles up into the air, tracing the circles to the tip of your fingers. 4 and 5, and relax. Right hand down, come back to center. Feel the right side of the body versus the left. And let's go to the other side. Grab that leg, not all the way to the top of the knee, a little further back, but get a good grip. Find your weight shifting a little bit onto that right hand to relieve your left arm in front of you. See also what my shoulder do. Instead of just staying square here, I'm relaxing and dropping forward that left shoulder. So the arm is right in the center point between my legs, not out to the left. And that gives you kind of a twist and a stretch around the waistline. And we're gonna go down as we bend the right elbow. We go down with the hand relaxed. Press through your feet, press through your sit bones, engage the belly to come back up as you press down into the right hand. And then soft left hand, pulling up, stretching up to the skies. Stretch the fingertips, stretch the left side of the body. Keep on breathing. And start curling your fingers in, curling your hand, curling your forearm. So your hand, I'm doing sideways here so you can see my hand is really pulling in towards me, so that I feel the stretch again from the top of the hand to the top of the forearm. And that's how I'm coming down. And then I relax and fold my fingers, heavy here, start pushing back up. Relax hand, just sweeping up. Once I reach the top, I extend and stretch my fingers up to the top. Lengthen through the left side of the body. Expand the breath. Curl the fingers in, curl the hand in, curl the forearm in, tilting forward from the hips. Come forward, drop the arm, relax your fingers, and press through the feet. The right hand, heavy arm, lifting up, tracing up through the front of the body. Floating up. Feel all the sensation all along. Then extend your fingers, feel the shift in sensation from softening to lengthening and activating. And then start curling those fingers in, curling the hand, curling the forearm as if you wanted to bend your forearm, which is not possible, but that's the experience you're having. Curl in and then unfold down. You can even relax your head down a little bit as you reach your bottom. And last one, coming up, press and lift, soft through the midline of the body. Stretch up, spread the fingers, stretch them up to the ceiling, and 5 arm rotations here. If you're not able to keep your arm that high, you can go in front of you a little lower. 4 and 5. And release. Hand down, relax, and breathe. Deep, long breath. In this position, keep your left leg where it is, and we're going to kick the right heel out, toes, heel, and now find a spot. You might need to, depending on the length of your leg, go a little further out, but I want you to turn your toes in. And as you do that, turn your whole leg in. So now my right hip from facing the front is facing toward the left side. I'm straightening the back leg really strong with this inner rotation of the leg. Go really deep into inner rotating. Now you're not touching the chair with your right glute. Bring your left hand on top of the left leg to shift your weight a little bit toward the front without collapsing. And keep on lengthening through that right side. And we're going to bring the right arm forward to the left and stretch and pull and stretch. You're pressing down into your right foot, especially the outer edge of the foot, no curling up. You're pressing all the way from the outer ankle to the outer little toe and stretch away, stretch, stretch. Then swing your right arm in front of you and open back. And then swing forward. Shoulders facing toward the left. And swing it back. Open the shoulders out toward the right. Now use your head also. Rotating your head toward the left. Look at your thumb. And swing your arm down. Follow. Look at your hand behind. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And relax. Right heel in. Now I'm bending my knee. Right toes in. And bring your toe out again and find that initial position. So look down. See if your heels are aligned, that one foot is not further in or further out. So look down and find that line. And look also how far, what the angle of your toes are. Not too far out like a hyperextended ballerina feet, nor in where your knees are closing in. So again, find knee, when you're looking over the leg, your knee should be right in alignment with the foot, and the top of the knee would align with the second toe. That's the kind of alignment. If you have the toes out, then the knee is to the inside of the foot. If your foot is turning in, the knee is in position to the outside of the foot. Find that midpoint here. Good. Right hand anchoring onto the right leg. Now we're going to move that left leg. So you're shifting your weight a little bit already onto the right side so that you can now bring your left heel out, left toes out, left heel out, turn your toes in, turn your whole leg. So here you can as me pivot on the heel. That might help them trying to assess here. Flex the foot, rotate the whole leg and toes in ground, and now start peeling and pressing the weight away from the inner foot to the outer foot. Now you're rotating that left hip, you're shifting your weight all the way into the right glute. Right hand on top of the leg, full inner rotation of the left leg. My left sit bone is not touching the chair or slightly touching the chair, but for sure the sit bone is not anchoring there. The whole hip and leg rotation. Make sure your knee is not bent here. Try to find that full extension of the leg. Then you're shifting your weight more truly and heavier onto the right hand and right leg. And we extend the left arm forward and find ideally this line between the arm and the leg. Maybe you're not able to pull it all the way up here. I'd rather have you down here so the shoulders down, but try to find that extension from foot away to the fingers. And we're gonna start swinging the arm. Down, open back, and swinging down and forward. Find your breath here as you swing your arm nice and easy from front to back, and you allow the shoulders to rotate, but not the legs. The leg stays in position. So you go from straight shoulders to the right, torso to the right, to start rotating and opening shoulders to the front. And two more. Swing. Head is following the movement of the arm and the upper torso. And last one. And back. And bring your hand down, making sure you're weighting on the right side so you can bend the knee to rotate the heel in. And come back to sitting, realign your feet, heels on the same line, hands to the top of the knees. Let your belly and chest drop forward and relax into your low back. And breathe into the floating ribs forward. I'm going to go sideways to show you how it looks like. There's a difference between being here to being there. And that's what I want you to experience. You're tilting the tailbone back, hips are rolling forward, and you're relaxing the belly weight and the low ribs into the space between the legs. Then you can tilt the chin up a little bit and feel that stretch to the front and back of the body. Keep your arms straight. Pressing into the hands, down into the feet. Feel that space between the legs. Keep your legs engaged. One more breath here. And soften and relax. In and back. And we're going to close the feet to the neutral position. Toes in, toes in. Bringing your feet and legs to parallel, hip distance apart from hips, knees, all the way down to the feet. Hands are going to slide up towards the hips on top of the thigh. And you're going to gently tilt your head down. And as you're softly gazing at your hands, you're going to slide your hands forward along the legs as you round your spine in. Then you're going to reach the front of the knees and slide down along your shins. Keep on going down. See how far down you can go curling in. Maybe you're able to reach to the feet, maybe not. And then you're going to bring the arms forward, and here you're going to press down into your feet, engage your belly. Either you extend your arms up, but that's going to be stronger pull and action on your back. If your back is weaker, you keep your arms here and you press up. So you have a choice here. Once you go up all together, you can stretch up. And then release your hands soft and easy back down to your upper lap. That's where we're starting. Like the base of the palms and wrist are pushing back into the hips, like you feel the connection. And curl your head Take a breath here. Make sure your neck is relaxed and start sliding out. Slide your hands on top of your legs. Keep on curling in, rounding in. Hands go past the knees to slide down through the shins. Curl in, feel the pull and stretch through your back. Once you reach your max going down, pause. And then extend your arm, extend your spine. Press down into your feet. Use your back muscles. Lift up. Stretch all the way up and release your hands back down. 2 more of those. Again, make sure your hands are all the way back toward the hips. And we're going to start with the head, tilting your head down. And then when you're ready, start rounding in, rounding your spine as you slide your hands forward. You're hinging from the hips. As you slide your hand through your shin bones, coming down. Now you should be able to see behind your chair and then expand forward, gaze toward the floor, extend your spine, forward arms, press down into your feet, lift up, and relax your hands back down. And last one. Inhale, exhale, curl your head in first. Then start rounding from the upper back, middle back, sliding your hands along your thigh. Past the knees, go down through your shins. Curling in. Find your edge, extend out. Press down in your feet, lift up. All the way up, stretch up. And release softly all the way down. Pause and breathe. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Let me see if there's any message for me here. Looks like we're still connected. Good. And we're gonna finish, like we have about 15 minutes left. And we're gonna finish the last 15 minutes of our class today with some standing movements. Hopefully you'll be able to see me fully because I cannot push the computer further back. There's a wall right behind it. And obviously I cannot go further in the bush behind me. So we'll see how that works, but at least so that we can stretch our backs a little bit. So hands to the top of the knees, and you're gonna start shifting your weight to your feet. Find the weight on your feet, squeeze your pelvis, squeeze your belly, bend the elbows to shift further forward, and leave the chair to come up. And we're gonna go to the back of the chairs. I'm gonna rotate my chair to the side, but you don't have to do that. You're gonna stay facing me, just shifting positions to the back of the chair. And here we are standing, so it looks like you can see me pretty well. Nothing with my arms up, but right behind the chair here, I'm pretty good. So you bring your feet again to the same position of hip distance apart. No toes out, no toes in. You're finding that alignment of feet to parallel. You can shift your weight a little bit as you swing your hips forward and back so that you can truly find even weight through your feet from the front of the feet to the back. So tiny movement, find that spot right in between. And then shift a little bit from right to left. And again, you're not going too far, just a little swing to find the middle point here, right in between your feet, softening the pelvis, softening and dropping the tailbone, relaxing the shoulders. And now we're in position. You should feel pretty supported here without doing much effort to stand. There's a soft bend in the knees. When you're hyperlocking the knees and pushing them back, that creates tension in the low back, like this. Or if you're bending your knees too much, it might round your back. Or sometimes I see people also pushing the hips forward, and that squeezes and compresses the low back. So that's why we did this little shift forward and back and side to side to find a fully supported standing position. Take a breath or two here to really feel how it is to stand and feel supported from your feet up so that everything that doesn't need to be engaged can relax into place. Good. I'm going to shift the weight to the left foot, lengthening up. You can hold tight on the chair to make sure that you can be supported in your balancing here if you're fearing that you're going to lose it and fall. And lift the foot above the floor, right, just enough so that you can rotate that right ankle and foot and toes. You're pressing down into the chair with your hands. You're pressing down into the left foot to stand on your left leg. And you don't collapse. There's a difference between here versus here. So you try to keep that lengthening up. Make yourself light. Here, I would have my hands right here. And then reverse the rotation of the foot a few more times in the other direction. I know the left leg now is on fire, but that's good. We're working the left leg while we're relaxing the right ankle. And release that right foot down. Swing your hips a few times from side to side, a little broader than the first swing we did. And then we're going to shift the weight to the right leg. Lengthen up, don't collapse. Shift and lift the left foot and start the ankle rotation here. And here, obviously, you're holding on your chair. I'm facing you because that's easier for you to see what I'm doing. Press down into the right foot, keep on lengthening up. And then reverse the rotation of the ankle. There might be some cracking, like cracking joints, and that's good. And release. Press that left foot down. Find your center and give a little swing. And back to center, standing tall. Shift your whole weight to the left side as you keep on pulling and reaching and rising. You should be growing about 1 inch of your natural height right now because you're pressing and lifting and expanding up instead of just doing this. Stretch up, hands on top of the chair. Lift that right foot. And now we're going to rotate the knee out. No need to go super far up here, right? I doubt that many of you would do that, but it's a tiny rotation here into the knee, bending the knee up and down. And you feel also action into the hip, but focus on the bending up of the knee and down. And then reverse, roll in. And ground. Swing the hips from side to side. And let's go to the other side. Tall reach, shift. And let's go with the left knee, rotating gently up and forward, out to the side and down. And reverse, and keep on breathing all along. Feel the action of the belly. This is a big component of stability into balance. The belly is hugging in. One more rotation. And release down. Shift the weight again to even on both feet and swing the hips from side to side. And back to center. Stabilize in center, shift your weight again to the left leg. Now we're going to bend the right knee forward and then swing back and flex the foot and leg back. So going to go from here to there and here to there. And let's do 2 more. Swing forward, kick back, forward, kick back. And last one, forward, kick back, pause. Ground, gentle swing of the hips from side to side. And let's go for the other side. In your start position first, shift the weight, nice, light and grounded on the right foot. And left knee goes forward and up. and then swing back and keep your stretch. Kick, lift, kick, lift, kick. 2 more, kick, and last, kick, and release. Now this time, instead of the swinging from side to side, we're going to go in hip rolls. Stop bending the knees, rotate around the pelvis and the hips, and there's a shift from one leg to the other leg with the knees bent to support the rotation of the hips. So it's nice and fluid. It should feel really good, no achiness here. And go to the other direction. Find a soft gaze in front of you, down about 6 to 7 feet on the floor in front of you. So you relax into the soft gaze of your eyes. You also relax your face and your jaw. And back to center, pause. Take a moment here, feel the whole body, feel the hips. And let's go into our back stretches. So hands on the chair, you're gonna walk back, and that's gonna depend on the size of your body. For me, I'm small, so I don't have to go too far back to find an angle, 90-degree angle between my legs and my torso. Maybe if you have longer leg, longer torso, you have to go further back and further away. But the ideal thing is that you have your feet underneath the hips, not back, neither forward. That would be a little harder, but feet underneath the hips, and tilt the torso forward. You might need, as I just did, to readjust to find the right position where you're able to drop the chest and the belly down and feel the stretch in your arms and armpits. Make sure you're not dropping your head down, or at least don't stay there. Keep your head parallel to the floor. And now stretch away from the chair. So you're sliding the back of the legs back and away from the chair, and you're stretching your arms forward, pressing your hands down or your wrists down onto the chair. And breathe. Take one more breath here. And now we're going to move here. We're going to do a few movements of the upper spine. You're going to press into your hands, round between the shoulders up as you inhale, and exhale, drop that chest down. Inhale, push up and round, inflate between the shoulder blades. Exhale, relax the sternum, center of the chest down, soften between the shoulder blades. 2 more. And punch and stretch. Exhale, drop. If you're really tight here, meaning if you're far up like this, your hips are frozen forward, bend the knees and stretch the sit bones back. That's the movement we want here. Let's do this a few more times, actually. Even for all of us, that's going to be a good movement to do. So you're rounding here up, straight legs, bend the knees, tilt your hips forward and sit bone back. And then push back up and round. And then bend the knees, tilt the sit bones back, spread back, and push back up and round a bit. And last one, bend the knees, tilt your hips forward, sit bone back, stretch back. Bend the knees a little deeper and press up. Walking forward. Sit, stand tall here. Take a breath or 2. And bring your left hand to the part of the chair, the top of the chair to the middle. Maybe I'm going to face you for this, even though you're not going to see much of my legs here, but that's going to give you, at least from that perspective, left hand right in the middle. And you can see through actually my legs. So you're going to start turning your toes and your feet toward the right. So see my legs now are rotating to the right, but my left hand is still here in my right hand. And then keep on rotating your toes and find how far. Now release your right arm. Keep on rotating back, but keep your left arm where it is. Position, so that edge, how far you can rotate in circular motion your feet and your legs. And then see if you can bring your right hand back as if you wanted to grab the chair. Some of you might be able to grab it, some of you not. And swing that arm back. Turn your head over the left shoulder. And then turn your head over the right shoulder. And the left. And back to center. Turn your toes towards the left. So you're coming toward the chair. Rotate. And come back to center. Good. I'm going to turn the other way around. So you'll know that my hand is here, but you won't be able to see it. But that's how you're going to have it. But you'll be able to see the movement of my legs. Right hand in the middle of the back of the chair. And now I'm turning my toes and feet out to the left. I'm keeping the hip distance apart. Rotate. Leaving my left hand, swing back. Rotate, keep my right hand where it is. Rotate. See how my arm is twisted. Then reach back with your left hand as far back as you can go. I'm moving my chair along and sliding. Press down, squeeze. Feel the right shoulder opening, legs out to the left. And turn your head from left shoulder to right shoulder. Left to right. Keep the length. If you collapse here, you'll feel a pinching on the low back. So push up. If that means that you need to release to a little bit less opening to the left, but a little less twisted, to be able to keep the lengthening and the openness to the left side, to the right side, do so. And last, head back to center. And then we're going back toward the chair, closing in. And back to neutral, hands to the side, shake things out. Shake the knees, bending and kind of pulsing through the knees. Shake the whole body out. And release. Let's come back to sitting on our chairs. You probably haven't moved, hopefully you haven't moved your chair around like me, like a circus. And let's come to sitting to the edge of the chair. Hands resting on the lap. Gently close the eyes. Drop the shoulders, relax. And find your breath with the eyes closed, the body resting. Taking a moment here to feel all your sensations. Gathering one sensation at a time around your body. Tune in and feel the breath, one breath after the other one, noticing that the quality of the breath evolves and changes, that the more you become aware of the breath, the deeper the breath can become. And feel the action of the breath in the body. Notice the effect of the inhale versus the effect of the exhale. Notice if there's any part of your body that is still resisting, holding back, stiff and tensing, or not. And notice those places within your body that feel very comfortable, very much at ease, completely content and surrendered to the breath, to the chair, to the floor. See if you can perceive a little resting pause at the end of the breath in or the end of the breath out, meaning that there's a space in between breath where when we fully relax, nothing happens for just a couple of seconds. Some of us a little longer than that. There's nothing happening, no breathing neither in or out, and the body is fully relaxed. So notice on your own if that's the case for you, even if it's a microsecond or like tiny bitty like awareness that there's a space available for you, that you don't have to go straight from an inhale to an exhale and from an exhale to an inhale, that you can slightly pause. For some of us, it feels more comfortable and natural to experience that pause at the end of the breath out, empty breath. For some others, it feels more comfortable to pause at the end of the breath in. So notice what your pattern is, or it feels about equal between those two pauses. Feel your feet. Barely ever pay attention to the feet, especially when they're enclosed into shoes and limited and restricted to not feeling much. So now we have the opportunity here to feel the sensation of the sole of the feet, the top of the feet. Feel your ankles, your low legs to the knees, your upper legs to the hips. Feel your torso, your spine, your shoulders, your neck and head. Feel your face. Feel your arms and your hands resting on your lap, and the heat or warmth coming out of your hands, transferring into your lap. Feel the movement of your belly. Hopefully the breath is full and is deep, so you might feel that natural movement of the belly in and out. And let's bring our hands to the belly to frame the navel. Not in a perfect way, just hugging the belly here and pressing into the belly. Gently rotate and give those belly rubs. Not on the surface of the skin, but literally pressing into the belly. Not too deep, but just enough that you're moving the belly around. You're massaging your low organs, your digestive system. Remember when you had kids, or now with your grandkids, how good the baby feel when you're rubbing their belly, especially when they have some gas and some achiness, sometimes that happens, and how relaxing this movement can feel into your own body. And then let's move the hands to the chest. And pressing into the chest, we're gonna also roll and rub and rotate and massage the chest with our hands. And again, it's not on the surface of the skin, it's pressing in and moving things around on top of the rib cage. Doesn't really matter if you're going clockwise or counterclockwise, whatever feels more spontaneous and easy access to you. We're going to move your hands to cup on top of your eyes. Bring your palms like a little device right on top of the eyes and feel the warmth. You can press in a little bit, so you're pressing to the base of the fingers on top of the eyebrows and to the base of the palms on top of the cheekbone. And you can also rotate in opposite directions a little bit and give a massage to around the eyes and feel the effect into the eyes. And stop the rotation. Take one here, resting on the line. And soft and easy, we're gonna release the hands down as we start opening the eyes. Welcoming, in my case, the sun in. And in your case, whatever is bright and colorful in your space. And that's where we're ending our class today, which I'm glad it held. I don't know how the quality was, but at least it didn't drop. And I'll come and turn the recording off and open the microphones.